Hi, this is Dr. Theresa Dale with Natural Health Radio. It's great to be with you today, and this is your source of health freedom news. So today we're going to give you a lot of information that's going to help you make great choices now and in the future. So we want to definitely get out a notepad and see what we can do to help ourselves and our family and our friends in the future. We want to make a little bit of an information statement here, and that all of the information that is presented to you is based on facts, on research, and just on historical data and new information possibly, related to what Medscape or PubMD has come up with. One of the most important things that we can talk about is how to have a healthier life. And many times we are going to our health provider and they are giving us beta blockers. And beta blockers have side effects. Not only do they have serious side effects, but the latest news on that regard is that beta blockers may raise mortality in people with diabetes. So if you have diabetes or insulin resistance, you should not be on beta blockers. You should find other options. So I feel this is very important to continue taking a look into our own health related to what we put in our body and what we let others convince us that we need. Beta blockers, I know if you've been to a doctor and they have made this recommendation to you, we need to be sure that we take a long, hard look at it and see if there's anything natural we can use instead, because the latest is that it raises mortality in people with diabetes. So we want to take a look at that. We can also see very clearly there are other emerging signs that we are given by Medscape and by PubMD, and places that we could check into easily by Googling it. And there are experts in the United States. There are health providers in the United States. There are doctors in the United States and throughout the world who are warning people about the emerging use of stimulants in our day-to-day life. So we have to become aware that these stimulants can be very toxic to the body. They will also affect the adrenal glands in a negative way, and they will exhaust the adrenal glands. Stimulants will affect neurotransmitters. They may affect your sleep at night. They may affect your energy levels, maybe bring you up for a little bit and then bring you down for a lot. So we have to warn about the emerging stimulant epidemic in the United States, whether it's in our drinks, our soft drinks, whether it's in a pill that is used to stimulate our brain. Just avoid caffeine at all cost. And guarana is also a stimulant. There are many different things that are stimulants that we should avoid and try to get our adrenal glands amped up by using natural food, by using great things in our, like dong quai is a terrific supplement for our adrenal glands. It is not a stimulant. It helps heal our adrenal glands. The other one is foti, which is a Chinese herb, FOTI. Great for hair, for making the hair beautiful, lustrous, and hair growth, and phenomenal for the adrenal glands. Ashwagandha is very good It's not, these things are not stimulants. They help the body heal. So the body can actually produce the correct amount of energy for you according to your workload. So I would say this would be the most important thing, is to how to do things naturally. Hi, so as you all know, we were talking about the experts warn about the emerging stimulant epidemic in this United States. And also the warning about beta blockers, in that it affects people with diabetes in a very negative way. So these are some of the important things that I wanted to get across today, and to discuss that even further. As you know, this is Natural Health Radio, and we are your Health Freedom News. Now, we're going to be having some events for the general public very, very soon. So we want you to stay tuned to wellnesscenter.net/events so that you can find out about our events that we're going to be having for the general public. This will be a little bit later this year, but we're warming up to that right now. As far as what we really think that you want in an event, what do you want the most? And I would say everything about your rights and your health freedom rights to not vaccinate your children, to detoxify vaccines that you've already had, to balance your hormones, to naturally control your weight, to not need stimulants. You don't need stimulants. You need healthy adrenal glands and a detoxified body. You know, so many people want to know, how many times a year do I detoxify? And I do that twice a year. I go through the whole body deep cleanse kit 2 times every 6 months, whether I need it or not. And it helps me so that I don't need it. It keeps my body clean because of just the environment, living and breathing, and from radiation or whatever could be in the environment, including pesticides and all of those things. Very, very important for us to continue to be detoxified. And so the whole body deep cleanse is your pal. It's your buddy for a cleaner life. This is your pal. This is something you're going to use every 6 months to keep you from getting sick and keep your immune system really strong. So it should be a major tool in that toolkit of yours. And as far as beta blockers and the things we're getting warnings about today, well, if you have diabetes, then you're on, depending upon the type, you could be on insulin, you could be controlling it with diet, which I hope is true. You could be using glucophage or any other type of drug to help squeeze the pancreas. All of those things in some people are necessary, and other people can be lessened. The use of them can be lessened depending upon your diet and your body's ability to detoxify itself. And in order to detoxify itself, you have to help it out. You have to give it the whole body deep cleanse. You have to give it the slow cleanse, which is a 30-day cleanse. So the difference between the whole body deep cleanse and the 30-day cleanse is that the whole body deep cleanse is 13 days, but it does an amazing job focusing on that gallbladder to detoxify the gallbladder, the kidneys, and help with the reduction and dissolution of stones. Whereas the slow cleanse works on everything else and doesn't have an affinity to dissolve stones. It has an ability to detoxify everything else. So you know, I like the slow cleanse, but I also like and do every 6 months the whole body deep cleanse, because in my family there's a history of gallbladder. My mother had her gallbladder taken out. She had gallbladder attacks. This was when I was a little girl. I remember it. I remember the scar and how big it was. So in our family, there's a propensity for that. So every 6 months, I do a whole body deep cleanse. I never have a problem. I eat nuts, I eat healthy foods, and I never have a problem with anything because I don't eat junk food. I mean, that's I guess, the biggest thing. I don't eat sugar. I eat xylitol, a little bit of xylitol from organic birch trees, stevia. I like monk fruit a lot for sweetener. It's awesome. Tastes great. Really sweet. Love coconut sugar as a sweetener. And as if you're a diabetic, you want to make sure that you can try natural sugars that are non-glycemic or that have an extremely low glycemic value. So we're going to talk a little bit about diabetes, diet, your health, and using all of the drugs that they're using today to help squeeze the pancreas. So here's the thing, is I don't want you to stop doing anything that you're doing. This is not about getting you to immediately stop anything you're doing, your drugs or anything else. What this is education for you so that you can slowly but surely make better choices that lead you down the path of wellness, optimal wellness. First thing is you must understand is that insulin is a hormone. Your body gets addicted to it. Therefore, the pancreas stops making it completely. The more you use it, the longer you use it. So you might want to do a little research on that and know that what you can do is you can help strengthen the pancreas through homeopathic formulas that will help balance the pancreas, its enzymes, and the emotions that affect it. So I feel it's very important, especially when we have a health issue and we're on a medication, is to explore every day on the internet to find out what's new. Go to Medscape. You will find everything that is palatable or that you want to do, but you will find some amazing things regarding vitamins and minerals and things that have been shown to work for a number of different diseases. And so that is the good thing. The other thing is to understand that if you continue to use stimulants and the emerging use of stimulants and so many types of soft drinks that not only contain the stimulants, but you're having carbonated drinks, which is not good for your kidneys. And your prostate also is on your kidney bladder meridian. So we need to use natural things as a stimulant, like happiness, like good food, like eating well, thinking good thoughts, and taking natural supplements. So I have a natural supplement that I developed called Optimal Multi Pro. Optimal Multi Pro is phenomenal for your adrenal glands to help strengthen them and have them give you more energy so that you can do your job during the day, and also help with stability of adrenal health and cortisol output. We don't want our cortisol levels too high because it can make other problems in the body when we have high cortisol output. We don't want low cortisol output. We want healthy, normal cortisol output. Okay? The best way to test your cortisol output is to get a saliva test. You can find that on our website. When you're a member, you can order the 5-element saliva test so that you can tell, and we can tell accurately if your cortisol levels are elevated or decreased. And then what kind of help they need if they're elevated or decreased what kind of help they need in order to normalize. What do they need? Well, they need a multiple vitamin that has no toxicity in it. They need a multiple vitamin with methylated B12, methylcobalamin, and with methylated folinic acid, which is 5-methyl tetrahydrofolate. So think about that. Also, the Optimal Multi Pro is probably one of my favorite supplements that I take every day for many years. It helps balance your hormones. It's got ashwagandha in it. It has curcumin in it. There's so many things, I'm not mentioning them all, but you can go look at them all at drdaleswellnessstore.com, drdaleswellnessstore.com, and check out Optimal Multi Pro. Also check out the Daily Essentials Kit. The Daily Essentials Kit has the Optimal Multi Pro in it. It has your multiple clean nanoionic multi-minerals, and then it has the vitamin D3. So that's what you need on a daily basis. So that will take care of so many different things in your life. Keep your stress level down, keep your adrenal glands happy, producing enough cortisol for you to have energy without causing it to be elevated, which is an indicator of a blood sugar issue. So for right now, I want to say goodbye to most of the people on Facebook. I'm going to end it on Facebook really quick and then just take it the rest of the way on Natural Health Radio. But one more thing before we end the Facebook Live is I want to hear from you. I want to know the things you want to learn about so that I can bring them to you on Natural Health Radio, and it's basically your health freedom news. So what I brought you today was a warning about beta blockers and diabetes, and also there is a studied emerging risk to using stimulants affecting your heart, affecting your adrenal glands, affecting your body, even your pancreas in a negative way, even if those stimulants have sugar in it. Avoid sugar. Use stevia, coconut sugar, organic from birch trees, xylitol, monk fruit. Use those. There's 4 great substitutes for it. I don't like agave. It has too high of a fructose level, so it's not safe for diabetics. So remove the idea of agave completely. So we want to continue now on Natural Health Radio, and you can find us at naturalhealthradio.com. You can find us on iHeartRadio. Go to iHeartRadio and just search for Natural Health Radio. Many blessings to you. We'll see you Facebook Live next time. For all those tuning in on Natural Health Radio, we're going to rock and roll starting now. And to rock and roll, what we are going to do is talk to you related to your diet. There's so many pressing things going on that I want to bring up to the general public. And one of those things is that express your opinion about homeopathy to us, because homeopathic medicine is starting to have a little challenge in the United States. And as you know, there are FDA-registered homeopathic pharmacies. We couldn't be more in compliant. Homeopathy is approved by the FDA, but I believe that we oftentimes have too many formulas that are prohibited from our use. That means that we used to be able to use tuberculinum to cure tuberculosis. Hands down proven. So when the FDA finally realized this was true, they said, "Oh, you're not gonna make that anymore. It's only for medical doctors who can prescribe homeopathic TB." Now, normally you give something to medical doctors to prescribe when it has toxicity because they need to overlook it. Well, in this case, we don't have that, because there's no side effects ever been noted in 200 years for tuberculinum Okay? It cures tuberculosis, hands down, known for that, done that. But the big pharma starts to play its games. One of the things that has always been approved everywhere in the world, and this is going to shock you, is homeopathic insulin. It is available all over the world in a homeopathic form. It used to be available in the United States because it's a homeopathic staple. Not anymore. Even though it's in the Materia Medica, even though it's in many Materia Medicas all over the world, the FDA has said, we don't want you using that anymore. Why? Because it works without hurting the pancreas, but instead of re-educating and encouraging the pancreas to work and to make its own insulin. So we have to know that some of these things are very important for us to keep going, and we have to become aware of them. The other things that the FDA took off the market, it was in every health food store in the United States up until 5 years ago, and that was Staph aureus, which is what MRSA is. So methylated medicine-resistant Staph aureus is supposed to be incurable. It's never been incurable because there's a homeopathic remedy that's made for it. It's called Staphylococcus aureus. It's made to cure it. So the FDA found out about it, and they, I guess, went back and forth over years, and finally they said, you can't use that anymore. You can only use it if you're a medical doctor. And medical doctors aren't trained in homeopathy, so they feel it's pretty safe to give it to them because basically they're not going to use it very much. But that is what you use to cure MRSA. You can get it from Canada. You can get it from other countries. You can get it from Europe. It was used to be in health food stores. Tuberculosis and tuberculinum used to be in health food stores, going back 20 years, 15 years, 10 years. And then they just decided that it was infringing upon the drug sales. So that was the end of that for right now. However, we can fight it. And there is an organization that you should check out called National Association for Homeopathic Practitioners. That is the name of it. And you can join them, and you can join the fight. I think the fight needs to be powerful, fearless, and we have the best case scenario in that we have 200 years of brilliant research, brilliant case histories. Millions of people and millions of doctors have used it. And with no side effects. So they've used homeopathic insulin, tuberculinum for tuberculosis. They've used homeopathic malaria for malaria. Okay. They've used homeopathic herpes for herpes. They've used all of these things that they've replaced with drugs, which have severe side effects. So the latest one they took off, here's the latest, diphtherinum. They don't want diphtheria. They don't want diphtherinum being used homeopathically anymore. As of last year, it was okay. Diphtherinum cures diphtheria, and it's used in place of vaccines. All of these things can be used in place of vaccines, except the insulin remedy. So we want to, and that maybe even could be used to ensure that the pancreas is going to create the right amount of insulin. The point is in Germany, Codex was in Europe, CODEX, went to Europe, which was a resolution, a bill, I believe, that somehow it was connected to the World Health Organization. And what they did was they made in Germany all homeopathic pharmacies eliminate and throw out and destroy most of their, not all of their homeopathic no-sodes, but much of it. That's what government does if you allow them to do it. What I'm saying to you is go to the National Association for Homeopathic Practitioners, check and see what they're doing. Go to my website, wellnesscenter.net. Go to my Facebook page, leave messages, and I will have the straight skinny on homeopathy, but you're the ones who are going to have to do something about it. You're the ones who are going to have to write letters, speak up, because it's your rights being affected. Don't forget, there are many homeopathic pharmacies in the United States that employ between 400 and 2,500 people. Okay? Some of them employ 10,000 people to make the remedies. And all of a sudden, we're getting things now, it's been creeping up through the years where insulin was in our rights to use. See, it's energy medicine. It has no insulin in it. But wow, does it help the pancreas make its own increase? Wow, does it help cure diabetes? See, this is the problem, my friends. So be smart, check it out. And I have helped people with the homeopathic insulin. In Europe, they sold it in hermetically sealed vials, 1 vial per intramuscular injection that patients would give themselves, inject intramuscularly. And I saw so many patients that were doing it before they even saw me. They were doing this before they even saw me. They got a hold of the insulin. They would come in, or in Germany, I would work with people who had done that for a year and needed less and less and less of the homeopathic insulin because it was balancing out their body. Now, believe me, I'm not saying stop your insulin. Don't ever do that. And if anybody ever tells you to do that, tell them they're crazy. And don't do it. But instead, try to find things to heal the pancreas so you need less and less and less of it. So I am not willing to allow homeopathy to continue to be under attack. And I am going to do everything in my power to make sure that millions of people who rely on homeopathy for their children, to cure themselves, their family, their loved ones, that these people can continue to use it and continue to use homeopathic no-sodes. Homeopathic no-sodes are made from pathogens. They're made from pathogens. So there's no pathogen left in the homeopathic formula. It's only the energetic memory, the energy pattern that's left. And that's what you're using. And when you use it, it's like subtle energy medicine that has no side effects, couldn't hurt a fly, and always works. I mean, the best of the best of the best. So I want to remind you to take a look at our homeopathic formulas on Dr. Dale's Wellness Store.com, and they include homeopathic formulas to help the body in balancing hormones and supporting natural adrenal support, supporting your body to make its own hormones. That's exactly what it does effectively. How soon does it work? Well, my doctors tell me overnight. If they put it on at night, they'll have hot flashes. They have symptom relief overnight. Or some people, if they use it during the day, they say it stops all their hot flashes, like immediately. So it can work immediately. Homeopathy, if it's the right remedy, if it's the right combination of remedies, it works right away. And I guess that's the scary part for Big Pharma, is there's no toxicity. It's cheap to use, so you can afford it, and it works, and it doesn't keep you addicted to it. See? So according to the big pharma, these are all like big bad things, right? According to humanity, these are all wonderful, great things. So we want to be stronger. We want to be more powerful, and we want to exercise our voice. Stay tuned to all of this at thewellnesscenter.net and sign up for our free e-newsletter. Go and subscribe to our free e-newsletter, and you will get the Straight Skinny coming right to your email box. So I'd love to hear from you if you have any questions, and then I can address them on the show and the next show. So I think we have around 15 minutes or 10 minutes, 15 minutes left. Daryl is sitting patiently with me. The insane Daryl Wayne is my producer, and he's awesome. We are going to be doing another show next week, and everything that we'll be having is a surprise as of right now to both of us. But I will be well prepared for the show next week. And one of the most important things that we talked about today that I just want to remind you of is if you have an insulin resistance, if you have diabetes, if you have a predisposition to diabetes, make sure you're not on beta blockers, okay? And even if you're on stimulants, that's not good for your pancreas, and your pancreas works so closely with your liver and your adrenal glands. You don't want to be on a stimulant if you have any health issue at all, especially blood sugar issues. One of the things that is very important when you're experiencing diabetes, we talked a little bit about homeopathic insulin, which is no longer available in the United States unless you're a medical doctor and you want to use your license recommending it, which you will, which medical doctors have lost their license recommending homeopathic medicine, homeopathic insulin. So we understand how ridiculous it is that the FDA is making some homeopathic medicine only available to medical doctors. It's totally ridiculous. And in using homeopathy, you can use it on babies and children, but one of the things we can do for helping our pancreas that you can find on my website is a little product called Neuro-Emotional Remedy number 9. And that is for spleen and pancreas, to balance the spleen and the pancreas. And that is an organ preparation remedy, completely homeopathic, non-GMO, no toxicity, that will help your spleen and pancreas work better together and will help balance their entire functionality. And you would take it like 5 drops 2 or 3 times a day. And you would know how to take it depending upon the emotions that you're feeling related to it. So pancreas is related to low self-esteem and rejection. Everybody's had it. Everybody deals with it. But some people don't let go of it. And oftentimes those people are the ones that end up holding on to these emotions that end up becoming diabetes, even as a child. And I have worked on many children with diabetes and figured out when they got it and what emotional issue and event happened in their life right before they got diabetes. Usually there is an emotional issue that happens before a child gets it. So you can find out what that is and help them to deal with it. But you need to, also deal with the diet. So that would be a low-carb diet. That would be dairy-free diet. That would be a higher protein diet. Let's say you could do it with a lot of vegetables. You could do it with modified vegan, and that is you're eating organic eggs, organic chicken, or clean fish from the Atlantic, not farmed. So you could do it without eating a lot of red meat and toxifying your body with a lot of acid-producing meats, which is not good for your pancreas. So we need to make sure we have the protein, eat smaller meals, low, low carb, low fruit. Fruit is carbs, fruit is sugar. And then, of course, using the delicious sweeteners that I recommended, whether it's monk fruit or coconut sugar, stevia, or organic birch tree xylitol. So we talked a little bit about pancreas and diabetes. We should look very carefully before we take a drug of any kind and go online and check out the side effects completely. Usually they affect the liver and could affect the heart, and some of them will even say on the side effects that it could be fatal and cause death. Well, anything that can cause death doesn't belong in your body, you know. You're taking something to help you feel better, not to kill you. So this is the beauty of homeopathy. Everybody do an outreach. Check out the website, drdaleswellnessstore.com. Check out the National Association for Homeopathic Practitioners. Check them out and see what they're doing. Be in touch and email me and let me know what you want to hear, so that when I get on Facebook Live next week, that we can just rock and roll this. So how much time? We have about another 5 minutes, 10 minutes left. Okay, what I think we want to do is look at all the different types. I mentioned stimulants. I can't mention them by name, but there is one that's a real bull of a drink in a can. And it is bull. It's a can of bull. Okay, and so that is very strong in caffeine, and there are some cases of people having heart attacks from drinking it because the caffeine is so great. I don't know if they've eliminated or lowered the caffeine levels after those things happened, but you know, there's so many things that can help you. Things like, you want energy? Take niacinamide B3. Take niacinamide B3. It will elevate the energy in your brain without caffeine. So niacinamide, no flushing, like niacin, you can take 2 or 3 with a meal. Helps to stabilize your blood pressure without lowering it too much. Helps to handle depression and suicide. And it helps to also stimulate your brain just by making it normal, by taking away the effect of substances that have been used to maybe stimulate your brain. A lot of people have chocolate to stimulate their brain. Now, I mean, that's a really good way to go, but you know, it's like you don't have to do it that way. And chocolate has, a lot of people are allergic to chocolate. Not only that, they're allergic to the caffeine in chocolate and allergic to the combination, even if it's organic. Sometimes a little bit of dark chocolate can be really, really good for you here and there, but I wouldn't say every day. If you want to use homeopathy, do not take any caffeine at all, because homeopathic medicine will not work and will be neutralized if you use caffeine. It will be neutralized in your body. It will not work. And when you're taking homeopathy to cure something, you want to be sure that you eliminate the things that will hurt it. That's the worst thing. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, don't use aromatherapy, don't use mint toothpaste, and that's easy. Just buy cinnamon toothpaste or licorice toothpaste. Easy one, okay? Caffeine is a little harder one, but I'm telling you that if you do caffeine and do homeopathy, homeopathy will not work. And that's pretty much the main thing that will cause it to not work. And I can tell you that my patients have used spearmint mouthwash, have used the mint, have used the aromatherapy, have used everything, and it worked anyway. But when they do caffeine, it eliminates it. And then we have to, they have to take it again, and we have to, wait a little bit of time before all of the good effects catch up again. Now, the good news with homeopathy, it cures. I'm legally allowed to say that homeopathic medicine cures because it does. And that's what the FDA says it does. Okay, I'm sure they wouldn't say it if they didn't have to say it, but that is what it is known to do, is cure. Why in the world wouldn't you want to go in that direction? Find a homeopath in your neighborhood and go visit them. And they'll take a case history, and then they'll give you the right remedy. Hopefully they'll test it on you, so they'll be sure to give you the right remedy or give you combination remedy. You can go on my website, Dr. Dale's Wellness Store, which are all combination remedies, and you can get formulas for to support healthy immune system. You can get it for the flu, for your hair, for candida, for hormones. You can get it for emotions, for the brain. NeuroBalance Pro, which is a brain balancer. You can get it to detoxify mercury, to move toxins out of your lymph system, to balance your thyroid. You could get it for so many different things. The time is now to just understand there's a 5-year shelf life on my homeopathic products. Now, that's, the homeopathic remedies, that's what the FDA says. But really, I have remedies from 20 years ago that I still use on patients and that work. So it can be 20 years, okay? Just depending on not putting them in the oven, keeping them under 80 degrees if possible in a cabinet, never refrigerating them. Not necessary. Just keep them in a cool, dark place in your house. They'll last forever, and you'll be able to use them multiple times for multiple little things that may come up here and there. So homeopathy is solid, and we need to respect that, and we need to not take advantage and think it's going to be there forever, right? So we're good for now, and we need to keep that way. By learning about homeopathy, moving forward in our own health, and getting what we need and understanding what we need now to prepare for now, and also to prepare for the future. To just have little things in your cupboard like all flu, little things in your cupboard like lymph detox, like NeuroBalance Pro, which is it's a homeopathic spray. It's a spray homeopathic Homocord, and it works effectively for neurotransmitter issues, to balance brain fog, ADD, ADHD. And we need to understand these things are available now. So it's like this future, seeming like future medicine, has been around for 200 years. So use this future medicine, as some people call it, today. We want to bring it into today. So we have about 5 minutes left, and we want to go to the wellnesscenter.net, tour around the events page. There are free webinars for you. There are also free teleseminars. There will be live events for our general public. I want to see you there. I want you to tell me you heard me on Natural Health Radio. And I want to meet everybody and do my best to help you out. The other thing we have to know about the Wellness Center is that we have a membership area. And that membership is for your education. So if you're thinking right now, well, how am I going to learn all of this? Become a member of my private Health Freedom Association. And you can do that on the website. You go to wellnesscenter.net, click on membership. You'll see it in the center of the page. Just click on it. Read about it. You will learn about protocols for healing different health issues. You will have reading material, articles, videos, audios, teleseminars, lectures, and printed material. So you will have all the education that you need, including a free comprehensive self-test that will help you in analyzing your own situation and whatever's going on with your body, to educate you about your body. That is really, really important. We have a few minutes left. I also want to share with you that the California College of Natural Medicine is at www.cconm.com. We are in the process of redoing our entire website to bring it into modern day, and we are in the process of doing that. It's not live yet, but our same website that we've had forever, since the beginning of websites, I guess. It's CCONM has been around for since 1994, and so we offer clinical nutrition trainings, homeopathic medical practitioner trainings, naturopathic practitioner trainings. We offer nutraceutical trainings. We offer trainings that are for CEUs, for health providers, and also entry levels. We are state licensed in California and approved by the Registered Nursing Board, the Acupuncture Board, and the Chiropractic Board. So if you're a health provider listening today, come and check us out. We'd love to help you help you not only with your CEUs, but with your educational process. We would like to team up with you to help people. That's what our mission and goal is. So I want to thank you so much for being with us today, and we're going to see you next week, and we'll be ready for you on Natural Health Radio, Your Health Freedom News, and we will be on Facebook Live simultaneously. So many blessings for a terrific week. Our phone number is 800-219-1261, and you are welcome to call us at any time. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.